Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to LSU Daily with Matt Musso, your home for all things LSU sports.
Off and running here on another edition of LSU Daily. Welcome in and glad to have you along for the ride. LSU baseball, they begin their biggest week of the season thus far as they are up in Arlington to face number 17 Dallas Baptist in a midweek contest. Then LSU will hang around the Dallas metro area, head over to Frisco, and play in the Frisco College Baseball Classic against Kansas State, Nebraska, and Sam Houston State. You will face in your next 4 games 3 teams that were in the NCAA tournament a season ago, and it all gets started Wednesday with Dallas Baptist, who, if you follow college baseball, you're well aware, has been a mid-major power really since 2008. When Coach Dan Hefner took over the program. So today, we'll give you our preview of LSU and Dallas Baptist, starting pitching matchups, things of that nature to go along with it, players to watch, and everything in between. And then to close, we'll touch on LSU men's hoops as the Tigers fall by 6 at home to number 5 Tennessee in the PMAC on Tuesday night. But again, we were looking for a few certain things from the young players, and by all accounts, those guys delivered. It just wasn't enough to get the Tigers over the hump. So go ahead and get subscribed, share, follow me on social media. All of that is greatly appreciated. You can find me on Twitter at Musso Matthew. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. And let's go ahead and get started. So as mentioned right there off the top, Wednesday night begins a huge week for LSU baseball in the pre-conference. Jay Johnson, when he met with the media post-game Monday after his team run-ruled the Nichols Colonels, was asked about the week ahead, and needless to say, he's pretty excited about the challenge ahead.
I think it's going to be great in terms of continuing to what we call tighten the circle. We're going to play great opponents, multiple time super regional team, perennial power. They're off to a great start again with DBU. That's kind of the focus. Get to play in a big league ballpark. So that's going to be great. And then Kansas State just looked like they tore our league's lunch, last week in Arlington. And so that'll be a great game. They seem like they're playing with a lot of confidence. Nebraska, I watched their game against Vanderbilt a couple weeks ago. I watched their Friday night game against ULL, who's obviously a good team. So that's a great opponent, and Sam was, in this regional here 2 years ago, and they always do, Sam Houston, and they do a great job. So really excited. Great opportunity for guys to go play and compete.
And so it obviously gets started with Dallas Baptist. The Patriots are out of Conference USA. They come in with a record of 6-1, sweeping their 2 weekend series, dropping a pretty wacky midweek game against UT Rio Grande Valley, where they gave up 11 in the 9th inning to lose the lead and the baseball game. They were picked to finish first unanimously in Conference USA preseason this year. Coming in, they hit .333 as a ball club with 7 home runs on the year. On the mound, they come in with an ERA of 3.66. They have punched out 86 hitters in 59 innings. That is a top 5 in the country when it comes to strikeouts, and the opponent hits just 175 off of DBU from a pitching perspective. They come in as well, fielding 978. This will be the first meeting between Dallas Baptist and LSU in the 2 programs' history. So it's a formidable opponent. You compare that to LSU. The Tigers come in 7-1 on the year, hitting .324 as a club. Likewise, the 7 home runs. LSU has scored 78 runs in those 8 games. On the mound, the Tigers come in with a 1.46 ERA as a club in 68 innings. They have walked just 17 and punched out 93, which is also top 5 in the country. And the opponent's hitting just 149 off of LSU. This should be a pretty evenly matched game. These 2 teams are going to be itching. There's going to be some passion, some fire in this matchup that both teams want to get it done. You look at a program like Dallas Baptist, They have hosted regionals in the past. They are going to have eyes on that again this season. And in order to get there, a win against LSU on a neutral site, that is obviously going to pay huge dividends for them. That could really make their resume this early in the season because there just aren't going to be many opportunities throughout their schedule in Conference USA. So they have to make the most of games like this when they get them. So you can expect the Patriots to be full bore and ready to go. And you know what? You should expect the same exact thing from LSU because, for one, it's a top 25 matchup in the midweek. You don't get many of those. It's your first test, your first taste of that type of competition, and you get to do it in a major league ballpark. And this is an important game for you as well because Dallas Baptist is going to win a lot of baseball games this year. That's not going to be a game, a win, or anything that taints your resume either. That's a team that's most likely going to win their conference if they stay healthy. And conference winners on your resume are always a good thing when when the committee is going over things in late May. So a lot on the line for both teams here tonight. Let's talk about the starting pitching matchups for this. For Dallas Baptist, they will send junior right-hander Ryan Borberg to the mound. Second appearance on the year, will be his first start. He has no decisions with an ERA of 3 innings pitched. He has walked nobody and struck out 4, but the opponent is hitting .308 off of Borberg. His one outing of the season came against UT Rio Grande Valley out of relief, and he acquitted himself much better than other Dallas Baptist pitchers in that ball game. For LSU, it will be junior lefty Connor Ware. This will be Ware's second appearance and second start. He is 1-0 with an ERA of 0. 3 innings pitched. He walked 1, struck out 2. He has yet to yield a hit so far early on the 2025 season. I love the Connor Ware decision here. It just makes all the sense in the world. And honestly, this was the direction they were probably heading regardless of, anything else on the staff. Ware matches up well here. 3 out of the 4 top hitters for Dallas Baptist, who are all hitting over 400, by the way, 3 out of the 4 are left-handed hitters. So to be able to match them up with Connor Ware, it makes a load of sense. Also, throw in the fact that he has not pitched in a week. He is on definitely on a full complement of rest. That makes sense as well. And look, you should be able to extend him a little bit. He threw, I believe, around 40 pitches or so in that start against Southern. Got you through 3. Can he get you through 5 and get into the 60, 65 pitch range against the Patriots on Wednesday night? That'd be great. That'd be huge going forward. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Connor Ware is going to be a starter for this team all season long. I think he's actually far too valuable to serve in that role. So I think you will see him obviously moved into a bullpen role at some point, unless something happens in your starting rotation and he's acquitted himself great, then yeah, he'll be in line for that. But for now, that's where you are. But what we've talked about with him is he has the ability to extend. He has the ability to give you the short relief. He can serve that Griffin Herring type role. So getting him extended here early in the year is only going to help serve him better going forward for LSU the rest of the way. So excited to see Connor Ware toe the rubber tonight in a big game for LSU. And that's the other thing, right? He's going to pitch in big games for you and in big spots for you. You might as well get him out there in your biggest one to start. A few more players to keep an eye on for Dallas Baptist. We'll start on the mound. 2 guys in particular that I really, really want to hone in on. One of them is Luke Pettit. Luke Pettit he's a true sophomore at DBU, and his freshman year was absolutely phenomenal. 6'2", 223, fires it from the right side. This guy was a second-team freshman All-American by perfect game a season ago. He was the Conference USA Freshman of the Year a season ago as well. Made 11 appearances with 8 starts. Thought he actually might be a candidate to get the start in this ball game. But command really, really is at the forefront of his game. He walked just 9 in 36 and 2/3 innings as a freshman and struck out 43. When you look at him here so far in 2025, he is off to another phenomenal start. Is Luke Pettit. 2 appearances so far, but in those 2 appearances, he has totaled 6 and 2/3 innings pitched. That is second on the team, all in relief. He has not given up a run. That command is still there, just 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and he also, in 6 and 2/3, has yet to give up a hit. That's a guy I think you absolutely could see on Wednesday night if you're LSU. The other one that I really, really wanted to highlight is Ashton Branson. Ashton Branson is a junior JUCO transfer. He's not going to be this imposing figure on the mound, but, man, he is effective. 2 appearances, just 3 innings, so he's not going to go long, but he hasn't walked anybody, and in those 3 innings, he has struck out 8. That is really, really good blow-it-by-you stuff that he has. The opponent is hitting just 111. So those are 2 guys to definitely keep an eye on here as LSU faces off against DBU. The other 2 that I would throw out there are a pair of lefties, Dylan Haynes and Tyler Schott. Neither of them have pitched a bunch this year. They really served lefty specialists a year ago, but Dallas Baptist Ball Accounts Preseasons believes this is the season where they can kind of take it to the next level and have success against righties as well. Lastly, if you guys look at on offense, this starts with Grant J. Grant J is the best hitter on this team. Grant J is one of the best power hitters in the nation. Grant J was named to the Bobby Bragdon Slugger Award preseason watch list. That should sound familiar. Remember, Dylan Cruz won that award in 2023. Jay Grant is the reigning Conference USA Hitter of the Week. Or is it player? Hitter or player of the week? He has been Hitter of the Week is what they call it. He hit 500, mashed 3 homers, drove in 11. He's awesome. The 3 home runs have moved him into 3rd place all time at DBU with 45 career homers. That's the one guy you cannot allow to beat you in this lineup. Grant J can't be the one that wins this game for Dallas Baptist. Now, he's got some really good hitters behind him as well. Tom Poole is hitting 500. He also leads DBU in runs scored. I'm sorry, he leads the nation in runs scores. My mistake. But he also leads DBU as well. Joey Narrett is hitting 450. Nathan Humphreys hitting 400. Those are the guys I was talking about that are all left-handed. So, again, it makes sense. It makes sense that you would have that guy, or you'd have Connor Ware matching up against those guys. One more player, too, who isn't really listed there, but it's Chayton Crows, and he's a veteran player. I believe was the RBI leader a season ago for DBU, and he's hitting 346, and he's already up to 9 RBI, which is second on their team. So he's really good. When you're looking at things to watch, defense is going to be key in this ballgame. These are 2 very good defensive teams. DBU returns their entire starting infield from a season ago. LSU obviously comes in fielding 981. They've been pretty damn good, pretty flawless so far in the field through 7 games. I'm expecting a tightly contested game, so whoever makes the most of the plays in the field would make sense that they are going to obviously win this one. Another thing to keep an eye on here is the catcher position for LSU, but also on the mound, how they control the running game. Dallas Baptist likes to run. They are 12 out of 18 on the stolen base front here so far through 7 games. Tom Poole leads them 4 for 4 early in the 2025 season. This is really the first team that LSU has faced that is going to really want to run the bases. They're going to want to be aggressive and steal. Yes, Fort Wayne did it a little bit. Yes, Omaha did it a tad, but Dallas Baptist is really the first team where this stands out as part of their game and part of their plan offensively. So how does LSU handle those things? And then look, offensively, I want to see LSU continue to go. I don't think you're going to put up 13. If you do, you're making a heck of a statement on Wednesday night. But You want to see Stephen Milam continue to go. You want to see Jared Jones continue to go, and you want to see Michael Braswell get going. One thing I wouldn't mind seeing is Michael Braswell move up to the leadoff spot. I know we talked about that. Get him an extra at bat. It was a spot a season ago where he had plenty of success as well. So, and that would allow you to keep Stanfield at the bottom of the order, which has been very good for you the last 2 games. I still think Chris Stanfield needs to be the leadoff hitter for this team when they get into their most important games. But right now, you have that luxury. So this should be a great one on Wednesday night. LSU and Dallas Baptist, top 25 showdown here in the midweek. Again, you don't get many of them, especially in a big league ballpark, but that's what you have on Wednesday night. I like LSU to get the win. I think it is a close, tightly contested ball game with ebbs and flows, ups and downs, all of those things, but LSU is the more talented team, and if they go out there and they play their game, they're tough to beat. They're just going to be really, really tough to beat if they do that. And I'm expecting, after that loss to Omaha, it certainly looks like LSU's gotten some of that confidence back already and maybe got a little bit of a wake-up call. So I like the Tigers in the game tonight against Dallas Baptist close. All right, LSU hoops. They fall 65-59, a 6-point loss at home against the number 5 ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Look, LSU did a lot of things well in this game. They did some stuff not great. I mean, they equaled Tennessee in field goal percentage. LSU actually outshot them by 1/10 of a percentage point. But other than that, they were equal there. They were fairly equal in the three-point stat. The 2 areas that really were equal in turnovers. The 2 areas that stand out are the free throw line and the rebounds. Free throw line has been one of LSU's greatest strengths really throughout the season. You hit that little 3-game stretch in the middle of conference play where you struggled, but it looked like you had got it back on track. LSU shot just 62% from the free throw line a night ago. And when you're a team like LSU can struggle scoring, that's an area you have to be able to make hay in. And then the other thing is you got crushed on the boards. And again, you knew that happened. Tennessee's a great defensive team, and LSU's largely going with the 4-guard lineup. You're playing small. You're kind of giving that up, and it's always going to be really tough because of those 44 rebounds that Tennessee had to your 28, 17 of the 44 were offensive boards, and that allowed for 27 second chance points. In a close game, or a game that finishes close, 27 second chance points is going to be your undoing every single time. And it was for LSU. What I will say, you credit them. They fought to the end again. They were competitive. Curtis Givens hit some big threes down the stretch, so you see that freshman continue going. Robert Miller grabbed 9 rebounds again, had a great first half scoring as well. And then Victorious Miller, one of your other freshmen, led LSU with 17 points in the game. So, and made 3 3-pointers. So, I mean, that's one thing we talked about when we were kind of previewing this game. Is all right, you're not going to win it, but let's see those freshmen continue to play well as they have down the stretch, and that's something to watch going forward for LSU now across their final 3 games of the regular season, all against ranked competition. But LSU, again, credit them. They played hard to the very end. They were down 15 with 3.5 to play in the game. They did not quit, went on a 13-4 run and closed the final margin. But Tennessee was able to build that big second-half lead, and largely on the back of second-chance points. That's a backbreaker. So, Tigers, that's another one. They'll now head on the road. The next game Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Central. They'll face Mississippi State in Starkville and follow that up with a trip to Rupp Arena against Kentucky on Mardi Gras, March the 4th. That's going to wrap it up here today. Subscribe, share, follow on social media, and be here next time for more on LSU Daily.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No